So you keep hearing your friends say, "Oh my gosh, buy a house. It builds equity." You keep hearing it on the news. You keep hearing it from maybe someone else in real estate that you know about, but no one's really taking the time to explain that to you. Well, let me give you three reasons why buying and holding real estate is much better than renting. One, that house is going to appreciate over time, and you can use all of those funds to roll into your next house. Maybe it's a dream house, something you've scrolled on TikTok endlessly about. Two, it becomes a cash flowing asset. If you have that ability to hold on to that house when you go to move to the next house, you can actually use that as rental income. Because right now, if you're paying rent, you're probably paying more than the mortgage itself. And every month, that landlord is making just a little bit of extra money off of you. Most of the time, people get scared about maintenance on their own rentals, but if you have a solid house, it's usually pretty minimum. And lastly, number three, the biggest reason why people hold on to real estate and helps build equity over time is because you can actually open what we call a home equity line of credit. Now, typically before any other big moves, you want to open something like this, but let me give you an example. We bought our house for 143. Right now I could sell it for 210. There's quite a bit of equity in there. Opening that home equity line of credit allows me to either move around debt and have a lower interest rate, or it allows me to dip into funds in case of an emergency. It's another way of a super emergency funds. Or let's say you have a car loan that has a higher interest rate, but then you have a home equity line of credit on your current house. You can pull out a home equity line of credit for any reason. You don't have to state why. You can pull out whatever you want within a certain range, and usually that can stay open for 10 to 15 years or longer, depending on your loan and the terms of it. So you can really use that in case, yeah, maybe that car loan, or maybe you built up some credit card debt that's 20, 30%. Well, home equity line of credit is going to be nowhere near that. So you can pull out those funds, pay off that higher interest debt, and then hang on to this other payment as long as it gets paid off by the time you need to either go sell the house or you pay it off over time because now the payments are much more manageable. Those are just some of the things to explore when it comes to owning your own house. If you have other questions, please DM me or drop a comment house for my buyer presentation to help you through all the steps of the process.